Hey everyone. Looks like you are as hyped about this Tesla Pi phone as we are.
Yeah, the Python, huh? It's certainly got everyone buzzing.
It really does, and we've been digging through a ton of stuff, articles, forum posts, even some early hands-on impressions.
It's a wild mix of information out there.
It really is. And you know what's really interesting to me is that it's not just about the phone itself, right? It's like it's about Elon Musk's overall strategy,
Yeah, yeah.
the potential ripple effects it could have on whole industries. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And honestly, a bit of is this too good to be true? Skepticism mixed in there too.
Definitely a healthy dose of that.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like we're witnessing more than just a smartphone launch here, you know?
Yeah, it really does feel like that. It's like Musk is trying to disrupt like a whole bunch of industries at once. Smartphones, telecoms, internet access even.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing 4D chess while everyone else is trying to figure out checkers.
Yeah, the guy's always thinking a few steps ahead.
He really is. So, okay, let's start with one of the craziest features. Solar charging. The idea of just leaving your phone on a rock to juice it up, is that even realistic?
Well, it's important to have, realistic expectations, right?
Right.
Like fully charging your phone just from the sun, probably not going to happen.
Okay.
But think about it more as like a top up or a way to get you through an emergency.
I see.
And it really fits with that whole like off-grid lifestyle that Musk is, always talking about.
Yeah, he does seem to have that be prepared kind of philosophy, for sure.
Exactly. And this plays right into that, right? You're out there hiking, no outlets in sight, but boom, a little bit of sun keeps you connected.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, it's not your main charging method, but it's there when you really need it.
Yeah. And, Tesla obviously knows a thing or two about solar panels, right?
Oh, yeah. They've got that whole side of their business going on for sure.
So this just seems like a natural extension of that, taking their existing tech and finding new ways to apply it.
Makes sense. Okay, so then there's the other huge feature everyone is talking about, the Starlink integration. This idea that you could literally make calls from Mount Everest.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty insane.
It's pretty wild. And, it goes back to that whole no dead zones promise that Starlink is making.
So is Starlink that much different from our current data plans? How does it even work?
So Starlink is basically a network of satellites, right? They're up in space providing global coverage.
Oh, okay.
So instead of relying on cell towers that are, limited in their reach, you're connecting directly to these satellites, no matter where you are.
So no more desperately searching for a signal bar when you're in the middle of nowhere.
Theoretically, that's the idea. It's like having your own personal connection to the internet beamed down from space.
That's wild. Okay, so we've got solar charging, potentially global connectivity.
Yeah.
But what about durability?
Oh, yeah.
Tesla is known for pushing the limits with design, but let's be honest, they've also had some mishaps. I mean, who could forget that Cybertruck window demonstration?
Right. Oh, yeah. That was memorable, to say the least.
Definitely memorable. So what are we hearing about the Pi's build quality? Is it going to be like indestructible?
Well, the rumors are pointing towards a seriously rugged design, maybe even tougher than the Cybertruck.
Wow, okay.
Which kind of fits with their whole image, right? They like to push boundaries.
They really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got solar charging, we've got global connectivity, we've got a super tough build, but what about the price?
Ah, yes, the million-dollar question.
Right, because there's all this talk about the Pi being significantly cheaper than other high-end smartphones. And I gotta say, given Tesla's track record with pricing, I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah, I get it. It does seem a bit counterintuitive, right?
It really does. How could they pull that off?
Well, one word, vertical integration.
Vertical integration, what's that?
Okay, so basically, Tesla's been strategically buying up companies to control more of their supply chain. Like, for example, they acquired Maxwell Technologies, which is a battery company, and they've secured their own lithium mining rights.
Right.
So all that means they're relying less on outside suppliers and cutting down on costs.
So instead of buying all the separate ingredients from different stores, they're like growing their own vegetables and raising their own chickens, right?
Exactly. It's like having a farm-to-table approach, but for smartphone manufacturing.
I like that analogy.
Okay.
So they're controlling more of the process, but that's just one piece of the puzzle, right? What else is going on here?
Well, you got to factor in economies of scale.
Yeah.
Tesla's really good at mass production, and their car factories are proof of that.
Right?
The more they produce, the lower the cost per unit becomes. So they're basically applying that same logic to the Pi.
So the more Pi phones they make, the cheaper each one becomes. Makes sense.
Exactly. But there's one more piece to this pricing puzzle, and it's a big one. Starlink. Some people are speculating that the phone itself might be a loss leader.
A loss leader. What do you mean by that?
Meaning they might sell the pie at a very low price, maybe even at a loss, to get people hooked on Starlink subscriptions.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like they're betting that the real money is in the service, not the device itself.
Ah, okay. It's kind of like how game console makers sell their consoles at a loss but make it up on game sales, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bold strategy for sure, but it could definitely pay off if it gets enough people on board with Starlink.
So it's like the phone is the bait and Starlink is the hook.
That's a great way to put it. But, beyond all the tech specs and pricing strategies, there's a bigger picture here, right? This whole phone for the people angle, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about making a cool gadget. It's about potentially impacting lives on a global scale.
Exactly. And we'll dive deeper into that right after this.
Welcome back. So before the break, we were talking about how this Tesla Pi could really shake things up.
Yeah, for like the whole smartphone and telecom industries.
Exactly. But it's not just about, companies and competition. This could impact you and me, everyday people. That's what I'm really curious about. Like, what would it actually be like to use this phone in real life? Would we all be working from, like, mountaintops and beaches?
Well, imagine never having to hunt for Wi-Fi again.
That'd be nice.
Or like never worrying about dropping a call because you're in a remote area.
Yeah, that's the dream.
You could be hiking in a national park, having a Zoom meeting from a sailboat, streaming a movie while camping, all thanks to Starlink.
It sounds almost too good to be true. But if this all happened, does that mean like bye-bye to our current phone plans? Would we all be paying Tesla for our service instead of like Verizon or AT&T?
It's definitely a possibility, right? If Starlink really is as good as they say, it could completely change how we think about mobile service.
Yeah, that would be massive.
And, it wouldn't necessarily mean everyone has to use a Tesla Pi phone either.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, remember, Starlink is a network, right? So any device with a compatible receiver could potentially tap into it.
Yeah?
So other smartphone companies could, like, partner with Starlink or even develop their own satellite-compatible devices.
So the Pi might not be the only phone that can do this, but it's kind of like the first one to kick off this whole new era.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about connectivity either, right?
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. There are rumors about some pretty wild features built into the phone itself, like advanced AI integration way beyond what we have now.
Okay, AI. That's a hot topic these days. So what are we talking, like a super smart assistant that can like predict my every need?
Imagine an AI that learns your preferences, your schedule, your habits, gives you personalized recommendations, manages your calendar, even translates languages in real time.
That is pretty next level.
Yeah. It's like having a personal assistant, a translator, a portable office, all in one device.
Okay, that does sound amazing.
Uh.
But hold on, what about augmented reality? There were some rumors about that too, right?
Yeah. Augmented reality, definitely a hot area of development right now, and it makes sense for Tesla to be exploring it.
Yeah, but like AR on a phone, is that even realistic?
Picture this. You're driving, and directions are projected right onto your windshield.
Whoa.
Or you're shopping, and you see virtual product demos right on the store shelves.
Oh, that would be cool.
Or you're exploring a new city, and historical information pops up as you walk by landmarks. All through your phone.
That's insane. It's like having this whole extra layer of information on top of the real world.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, there are huge technical challenges to making all that work on a phone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But as we've seen with Tesla, they're not afraid to aim high, right?
Exactly. Now, to be fair, a lot of this is speculation, right? We can't take every rumor as gospel.
True. We got to be realistic here. Not everything we've heard will actually end up in the final product.
But even the fact that these rumors are out there shows how much buzz there is around this phone.
People are expecting big things.
Yeah. It's like Elon Musk has created this sense of possibility where anything feels achievable,
Yeah, he's definitely got that effect on people.
And he's made us rethink what a smartphone can even be. Not just incremental upgrades, but like huge leaps forward.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. We've been focusing on all the cool stuff, but are there any downsides?
Oh, of course. With any new technology, there are potential risks.
What are some of the things people are worried about?
Well, data privacy is a big one, right? With all this connectivity and integration, how's Tesla going to handle all our data?
That's a good point.
Yeah, people are concerned about whether there will be enough safeguards in place.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. What else?
Well, there's also the question of, digital dependence. What happens if we become so reliant on constant connection that we forget how to disconnect?
Ooh, yeah, that's a scary thought. The more connected we are, the more disconnected we might feel from, like, ourselves and the real world.
It's a tricky balance, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this whole Tesla Pi thing so fascinating. It's not just a phone. It's like a reflection of how we're evolving with technology and how it's shaping our lives.
It really makes you think.
Yeah, it does. So even if the Pi doesn't live up to every single hype,
Hmm.
it sparks some really important conversations.
Definitely. It's made us question what the future could hold.
And now for something completely different. Let's dive into the truly out there rumors.
No, yeah, you're talking about the stuff that sounds like pure science fiction.
Exactly. Brain-computer interfaces, cryptocurrency mining, the works.
Okay, I'm game. Let's get weird.
All right, buckle up. This is where things get really interesting. Okay, so we're back, and I am ready to go full sci-fi geek here.
All right, let's do it. But just remember, folks, we're in pure speculation mode now.
Oh yeah, this is all what-if territory, but that's what makes it fun, right?
Exactly. So what's the first wild rumor we're tackling?
All right, so one of the craziest things I've heard is that the Pi will have, like, brain-computer interface capabilities.
Whoa, okay, getting right into it.
Yeah, like straight out of Neuralink.
I mean, imagine controlling your phone with your thoughts.
Right.
Or getting information beamed directly into your brain. It sounds insane.
It does sound insane. But then again, so did reusable rockets a few years ago, right?
Very true, true.
And Elon Musk seems to love proving everyone wrong.
He does have a knack for that. Okay, so brain-computer interfaces, that's one wild rumor. What else is out there?
Okay, how about this? The Pi will be able to mine cryptocurrency.
Wait, hold on. My phone could make me money.
Right. I know, it sounds crazy.
Okay, so how would that even work?
Well, apparently the Pi's processor is supposed to be so powerful that it can be used for, like, mining activities.
Interesting. But wouldn't that drain the battery like crazy?
That's a good question, and honestly, who knows how profitable it would even be?
It's not like you'd become a crypto millionaire overnight, right?
Probably not. But still, it's a cool concept, right? Like your phone isn't just a device. It's a tool for, like, financial exploration or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely pushes the boundaries of what we think a phone can do.
Exactly. And then, of course, there are those persistent rumors about augmented reality features.
Oh yeah, AR, everyone's talking about it these days.
So what would that even look like on a phone?
Imagine you're driving and your directions are projected right onto your windshield through your phone.
That would be awesome.
Or you're shopping and you can see virtual product demos right on the store shelves.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like no more guessing if that couch will actually fit in your living room.
Exactly. Or imagine exploring a new city and getting historical info as you walk by landmarks all through your phone screen.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. It's like an extra layer of reality just layered on top of the real world.
Exactly. But to be honest, technically, that's really tough to pull off.
Yeah, it sounds super ambitious.
It is, but again, that's kind of Tesla's MO, right? They love a challenge.
They do. And even if only like half of these rumors are true, it's clear that this Pi phone is going to be something special.
It's definitely not your average smartphone. It's like they're trying to redefine what a phone can even be.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what makes this whole thing so exciting, right?
Absolutely. It sparked all these conversations about the future of technology, what's possible, what's ethical.
It really has. And regardless of whether the Pi lives up to the hype or not, it's gotten everyone thinking about what the future could hold.
And sometimes that's all it takes, right? Just a little spark to get those ideas flowing.
I think you're right. Well, it has been an absolute blast diving into all this Tesla Pi madness with you.
Likewise. Always a pleasure to explore the cutting edge of tech, even the really out there stuff.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We hope you had as much fun as we did. And until next time, keep those imaginations running wild.